Because look how slow it's picking speed up. And my foot's all the way to the floor. That's me in manual mode. That's the only way my car is able to pick up any speed. So, because this is regular drive. And I can hear it revving like it doesn't want to shift. It is February 10th. So hey, what's up, beautiful people? We're back at the Kia dealership in Orange Park, where I said they fixed my transmission. And to be completely honest, that was probably about 2.5 weeks, maybe 3 weeks ago, that they put a new transmission in my car because my car was shifting funny, and they recognized it immediately and they said, okay, you're under warranty, we're gonna fix your problem. So we're out here at Orange Park Kia, and what's going on is, like I said, they fixed the transmission. It worked perfectly. I drove to work, no issues. And then getting off work, my car in regular drive would not get out of like 20 miles an hour, and you could hear it revving like woo, woo, and you're like, that's not normal. And this was around 11:30. So I'm thinking, what's going on with my car? So I put it in manual shift mode, and I'm kind of able to shift up to 6th gear and get it up to about 45 miles an hour, so I can get it to this dealership so I can see what the problem is, right? I don't know if you can read that. It is currently around 1:30, and we're waiting to see what the results are.
Automatically just replace it with a parts warranty, order parts. So the third time we have to go through like a tech line process with the engineers before they approve it.
So they just called, the Kia dealer did, about half an hour ago, and they said it's the fuel rail pressure sensor that has gone bad, and they have to fix that before they can even check the transmission. They said it's basically the car went into limp mode. That's why I was able to manually shift it to get to the dealership, because it overrides, I guess, the limp mode, and it allows the car to go. So this is crazy. I bought the car in November of 2025, and you can see from the video that I'm linking below, from the first time I've been having issues. So hopefully this fixes the fucking problem and I can drive a car that I purchased. I mean, at this point, I would rather the car just blow up and me get something else. Like, seriously, it's been nothing but nightmares, headaches, and everything else in between. It's crazy. You think you bought a car from a reputable dealership, and even this lady that I was talking to that gave me a ride home, she goes, this car sounds like it was a car that was supposed to go to an auction, and when they auction it off, they say, hey, this car has this amount of problems, we'll sell it for cheap, but I got stuck with the shitbox car. The dealer took care of the problem. It was a fuel rail pressure sensor. It was basically getting like 6 PSI, I guess, because I'm not a mechanic. I'm not exactly sure what that part is, but it was getting like 6 PSI, and it put the car into limp mode, and the car is supposed to be at like 80 PSI. For you mechanics out there, or people experiencing the same issue with your 2018 Kia Soul, you might go, oh, okay, thanks for making these videos, because it blows my mind, like, what's been going on with this car, right? And tell me this is nuts. This is a dealer that I bought my car from. How do they have so many cars just lined up? And all the other dealers around don't have this many cars around. So that's crazy to me, to see all those cars just sitting there. And when I brought up one day, when I brought this car that I bought from them, I said, would you buy this car for your wife? To the mechanic, and he goes, no. So that's an alarming thing right there, when the mechanic was like, I wouldn't purchase that car for my wife. So that is probably what we've been looking at, is the throttle body gasket that we're gonna order and replace. So we did get the throttle body gasket fixed. We did turn off the light, and then driving from Tampa to Jacksonville, which is 3 hours, the light turned back on. So we know there's another issue, because we thought the issue was, okay, it's a throttle body gasket, right? The car seems like it's running better. It's not idling as hard. It's getting around 24-25 miles a gallon. So we'll have to go and get the code read again. It's like every time we fix something, something else pops up that's wrong. And the brakes, we found out the reason they're squealing. This car has severely small brake rotors that are like real thin. So we're gonna have to go get some rotors, new ones, because when we looked at them, the rotors looked fine, but we'll have to put some rotors on here, some new ones, and get that going. So other than that, like I said, the light was off from basically St. Pete, Florida to Jacksonville, Florida, which is probably over 200 miles, and then the light turned on once I got back in the town. And again, I can't distinguish what the problem is, because we're like, okay, the throttle body gasket is what the paperwork has been saying when we were going to O'Reilly's and getting the codes read. So we were like, that is what it is. So, because if it says throttle body gasket is the problem, then that means we ended up putting the gasket on wrong. And I really don't think that's what is the case. But when you're working on cars, trying to figure out what is wrong, you're doing everything you possibly can. And the problem is, it's not like one of those TV shows you see on TV. Like people say, in 1 week, we got this car back up and running. Yeah, it's because you're sponsored. You got all this money, and we're trying to work off regular paying bills and getting the car up and running and doing the best we can. So we can't just fix the problems like that. So it is what it is, my guys. The next thing is to get the speed sensor. We will eventually, when I get back to being 100% from being sick, getting that looked at and seeing if whatever the code reads this time. Because honestly, this is, like I said before, one of the worst cars I've ever owned, because of the amount of shit I'm having to go through to get this car working. Because remember, about a week ago, the car went into limp mode, and we had to get that replaced. See, I'm getting pretty decent gas mileage, 25.5 miles a gallon, which I think this car is rated at 27.